Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm David.
No, I'm Tommy.
We're coming back for another episode of Bible. I know we missed one last week. It's all right. Obviously, you guys aren't sweating it too much because I'm not seeing that viewer count go up. I'm not seeing any likes, comments, or anything like that. So if you guys do care, please let us know down in the comments below how much we're failing you. Give us a like, give us a follow. Let us know that we actually got some fans out there. You know, we're on all the platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube.
All of them.
Facebook, TikTok. Hit us up. We need some interaction. Anyway, we left off last time. Chapter 17 of Exodus. I forget where we started. I think we only did about like 5 chapters or so. But that's because this is a pretty integral part of the Bible. The Egyptians had just left Egypt. They were being chased by Pharaoh. You know, we went through all the plagues. Right now, basically, the waters just crashed down behind the Egyptians. The Hebrews, and killed all the Egyptians. And so now they basically had just celebrated. There was a song that they sang, which really didn't sound like a song. But that's just because of the translations and everything. But basically, yeah.
And then they're wandering around the wilderness.
Yeah, they're right. So that is where we left off, was the wandering around the wilderness. They're getting literal food and sustenance, we'll say, from God every single day. There's quails flying into their camp, and then in the morning they've got manna to harvest from the dew from above the grass. And the way it's described is pretty otherworldly. You know, sometimes this manna is just described as like, oh, maybe it's a mushroom, or maybe it's some other food they were harvesting. But no, when you really look at how the Bible describes it, it sounds like some otherworldly sustenance. And yet the Hebrews are complaining, the Israelites, are complaining that you must have just let us out here to kill us. You want us to all die in the desert. What is this God's going to let us starve and die of thirst?
Something of high note that it's a common thread throughout most of Old Testament scripture. You just get a lot of complaining, and then a lot of correcting from Father God and showing them the way back to him. And they're like, oh yeah, that's right. You are the one high, the only true God.
Yeah, they need to keep being reminded, which, like, granted, we all do, myself included. I need constant reminders that, you know, my will is not the way. God has me not only on the right path, but like fully taken care of. Whenever I'm in fear, whenever I'm in doubt, that's just me getting in my own head. And I really need to just have more faith in God. And when I do, God provides, man.
Yeah. The direct like miracles that were being demonstrated to them is I think the reason that a lot of people get irritated by it when reading the Bible. They're like, dude, we've been praying to God. We've been, a lot of things that aren't happening that we wonder about. And you guys get actual, like, hardcore, very responsive miracles / involvement from the actual God. You see him in a pillar of fire.
Right.
And you're still questioning that? He, like, literally took out an entire Egyptian pantheon and freed you guys. And, like, you're still sus about it? You're still trying to go back to the bull and toss your kids in there? Like, what's going on? And what's going on with you guys?
And we glanced over it because it was like right at the end of what we were reading, and we got talking about something else entirely. But right here at the end of chapter 17, the Israelites are going to fight Amalek, or Amalek is coming to fight them, really, and they're holding their own. And Moses is on top of the hill with Aaron and Hur. And first I asked who Hur is, H-U-R. We don't really get a description. I don't know if we will. But it says that Moses holds up his hands. And as long as Moses is holding up his hands, the Israelites are prevailing over Amalek. And when Moses gets tired and has to let down his hands, then Amalek prevails over Israel. So then Hur and Aaron are literally standing there holding his hands up. Like they move a rock under him so he can sit down, and then they sit there and they hold his hands up. And as long as his hands are up, they're winning, bro. Like what crazy divine awesomeness.
That's the whole track of Moses and how magic he is. How much like miracle just surrounding him and things that he does. Right, like it is God. We know that just because we're reading the word, and it tells you that. And you got to attribute things to God. That's really, it's not your power. God gave you the power,
right,
and He's actually directing you. And like he was just this close to actually taking you out. Was gonna try to assassinate you, but you kind of snapped too.
I mean, Moses isn't ever actually claiming any of this power. He is doing right by God by making it, known that it's God's will, God's power,
and doing what God's requiring of him.
And every time he's like, "This is what God told me to tell you guys to do."
Yeah, but that's, I think, the reason that he's not allowed to go into the Promised Land. Like
we'll get there. It'll cover it. I promise.
It's additional for me.
I do remember reading God say exactly to him why he's not allowed in. So we'll get there. But then also Joshua, don't really know how old Joshua is at this point. Joshua is the one that will take over for Moses when he does die. Joshua led the Israelites against Amalek. So he was like the general. And then, that leads us to 18. Do you want to pick up or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll pick up.
All right.
Exodus chapter 18. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer. For the God of my father, he said, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh, and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hands of Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning unto even. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of God. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he said. And Moses chose able men out of all of Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land.
So, like,
chapter 19.
They basically established their own government.
Yep.
So,
because all of them, every little thing that the Israelites were having questions about.
Yeah, they're all bringing it to Moses.
Small, they were going straight to Moses with it, and it's just too much. Moses is sitting there probably inundated all day long.
Yeah, why not?
Every second of his day is
they're
just
like, what does God say about this? Should I be eating my boogers? Be like, God hasn't told me about eating boogers yet. I'm sure it's fine. But so they had pretty much right to, after wandering for a while, to Jethro is who Moses went to when he first fled Egypt. This is where he got his wife. This is his wife's father. So this is the same place he was before he left Egypt. And so now Jethro's all excited because he sees him with all these people, sees that he did what he set out to do. And then he's like, man, you can't be dealing with all of this. This is too many. This is thousands of people. Don't forget, this is thousands of people.
Literally.
So they established several tiers. Who's going to be in charge of the thousands, the hundreds, the 50s, the 10s? And everything trickles up in seriousness. If it's more serious, it goes up to Moses or up the chain. Yes. Yeah. It kind of like, because from this point, Moses has been dealing directly with God, right? God has been giving him all instruction on what to do and how to handle all of the things pertaining to Israel, pertaining to the Exodus, how to deal with Pharaoh, getting the food and water for the encampment. All of it was given to him by God. But then we get Jethro coming in, and he delivers a different way of doing it. Right. And so it feels like, is Jethro ordained by God, or is there actually some type of inherent freedom that we have, like, to do the work of God, but to do it smartly or maybe more efficiently that still works with God? Like, he's not going to say, like, oh, no, you can't make this easier on yourself, but, like, also efficient. In charge. Even God, later on, makes other people prophetic so that not everybody has to go through Moses. He's like, now we're going to make everybody, not everybody, but we're going to make a good handful of people prophetic so that you're not the only one talking to me. I questioned it myself, whether or not is this like a negative thing coming into the fray because Jethro is a person now having like sway over the way that the Israelites are being run. But he even says that like it will be good for God. What does he say exactly?
Yeah. So it was done with God in consideration.
Right.
It wasn't done for the sake of one person. It's like done for the sake of all.
Right.
Which I think is, I mean, that's in league, right? So there's like that idea, because I was feeling that same exact way, right? So it's this like idea of Jethro coming in. He's not God, and Moses has been getting all of his direction directly from God. So it feels like with Jethro coming in and trying to mix it up, like, is that a bad thing? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it kind of speaks to this idea more so of like, we are given freedom through God, right? Like he can deliver messages, but it's like at the end of the day, it's how are we doing it?
Right.
And
because he's not a micromanager. He's not
Yeah.
fully playing every character. You know, we do have free will, and not everything is necessarily going to lead us away from God and his plan. His plan is like multifaceted. It's beyond our understanding, really. And so there's nothing we could really do to fuck it up. And if it's going to get fucked up, he's going to step in and make things the way they need to be.
Yep. One way or another, by adding someone, subtracting someone, however he does it. He's got such an infinite way of doing it that it'll get handled. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool little understanding. I think that's the really kind of the coolest thing about the Bible, right? Like, you can derive so much meaning from the Bible in all facets.
Yeah.
Like, in every little bit of it, you can get emotional intelligence, you can get physical, like how to organize your systems. Like if you got like your family, it helps you kind of lead your family properly, or like what you should do with certain things. It helps you in all sorts of things. How to deal with enemies, how to deal with potential friends, and like even business and everything. It's all located within it. And it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. God's amazing.
Dummy's Guide to Life.
Literally. As soon as they gave peasants the ability to read.
Yeah, they're like, this is going to be a problem. This book's got it all in there. How are we going to fucking keep them suppressed now?
Yep. And they tried. They tried to get rid of the Bible so many times throughout all of history. There were so many attempts of thoroughly rooting it out, burning it, and destroying the civilizations that held it close.
Because everybody wants to be a godlike ruler. People aren't happy being like a subservient to the people ruler. They want to be a godlike ruler. So when you have this book that makes it so very clear who God is, and he's not putting this ruler in charge, you got a problem. You got to get rid of that book. You got to squash that faction of people.
It means whoever embodies God the most and like is most on the path of leading people towards God is the one that ends up being the leader. And most of the leaders don't want to do that. They just want to be themselves and get their own personal goals attained. So it's not really about God. They'll like wear God as a cloak,
right,
saying that they believe in God, but in their actions, they're not moving towards God. They're not moving the people or directing the people towards God. And that's what they don't want you to see. So why would they want you to be able to read the Bible so that you could ascertain this for yourself?
Right.
Why they don't want that. Why would you? All right, we'll get back to reading. Chapter 19. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on the eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And all the people answered together, and said, All that the Lord hath spoken we will do. And Moses returned to the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. And be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves that ye not go up unto the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall surely be put to death. There shall not be an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day. Come not your wives. Come not at your wives.
I think that means
And it
don't
came
fuck.
to pass. Yeah, I think so.
No fucking for the next 2 days.
Yep. Like, keep yourselves pure. Keep yourselves pure for this duration. You had to come down and sanctify the people for the presence of God to be close.
You had to be clean.
Yep. Wash your clothes. Don't bang. Don't do crazy shit. We're going to make sure we're nice and pure for when God shows up, all right? We're going to keep this house clean. All right. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the nether point of the mount. The nether.
Lower.
And Mount Sinai was altogether on smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long, and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai, on top of the mount. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also, which come near to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thou chargest us, saying, Set boundaries about the mount, and sanctify it. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down unto the people, and spake unto them.
So
There's some weirdness going on with that.
What do you mean?
that whole thing? Because right at the end, like 24, and the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and let the
Yeah.
people break through up to the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. So it almost feels like he's speaking to God,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but then, is he actually speaking to God? Because it's like the possession of that, lest he break forth upon them. Why would God be
Uppercase
referring to
he.
himself as he?
It's probably like the angel of the Lord.
That's what I'm thinking. So it's
Like,
like it's
you
like this
can't.
other
Yeah,
embodiment.
yeah. You can't have the full embodiment of God. Essentially, God is too much, too powerful to be like fully here where we are. You know. So any, for lack of a better word, avatar, any presence of God is a fraction of him. Now this is a huge fraction of him. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's a large representation here on our plane of him. You know, it's categorically more than any other god was here on the planet, you know. And so this is so powerful, so overwhelming that it's a giant, like, the whole top of the mountain is engulfed in flame and smoke.
Yeah.
The smoke is so thick nobody can see. And Moses goes up the first time. God tells him that this is going to happen. And then when it happens, Moses goes up again, and God says, go and tell the people not to come up. And he's like, but the people can't come up because you told me to make sure they didn't come up. So they're bound.
Yeah.
They can't come up. I already told them. And he's like, go and get Aaron, make sure the people don't come up. So he must have had like God must have had a sense that people were going to start trying to come up, because when you see that sort of thing, you're like, let me get a little look at that. That looks fucking crazy. And he's like, no, please go back and reassure everybody that they will fucking die because I'm only letting you guys up.
Yep.
And also, like, is it just like an allowance that God's making an exception for Moses and Aaron, or is there something about Moses and Aaron, like they're brothers, they could have the same sort of blood? Is it that they have like a more direct bloodline or something? Food for thought, but that's interesting. Like, why Moses and Aaron only?
It seems like it has to be something along those lines. It's something tying in with that.
But I was going to say that Mount Sinai is burnt. You can go look at it. It's 100% as if a fucking pillar of fire was there.
Yeah.
The top of Mount Sinai is burnt. It's charred.
It's all charred.
Still,
there's so many little proofs of all the stuff that have happened in the Bible. All the little sulfur balls that are scattered around from
Sodom and Gomorrah,
destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah,
the frickin' wagons under the Red Sea that are Egyptian and the Egyptian armor and everything, chariot wheels and whatnot. All sorts of stuff.
The glass on the Red Sea.
Yep.
They found possibly where they believe the ark would have sat. There's like this area that looks like there would have been a giant boat sitting there for a long time on top of a mountain, and it's exactly where like Noah would have, like what was kind of described in the Bible. I don't know. I don't remember it too much, but there's an area they think the ark was.
Yep. It's pretty insane.
Yeah. You want me to pick up?
Keep going?
No, I was going to say,
you can go.
I'll pick up. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, and out of the house of bondage, slavery. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. I want to go back and do these one by one. These are the 10 commandments. Let's go through them, and then we'll go back.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of thy fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless, and taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the earth and the sea, and the heaven, or made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the earth. Wow, I can't fucking read today. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is in thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. So they actually backed up. I was wrong. They weren't enticed. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near the thick darkness where God was. And Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. And altar the earth thou shalt make unto me, an altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep, thine oxen, in all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, for if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon.
The 10 Commandments.
And a few extra.
Yeah, it's like just freaking.
I mean, there's going to be lots of rules coming up later on. I do wish some of these ones at the end were fleshed out as much as some others. Number 1.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
I was reading 2. Chapter 2. Or verse 2, sorry. Yeah. No other gods before me. So, you can't worship any other gods. He's saying right there are other gods. Don't put them before him. Don't worship any before him. And number 2, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters underneath. That to me says, don't make art. Don't make statues. Don't make these things. Like, I don't know.
It's make no graven images which you worship.
I know, but
it's where you put your worship, the things that you hold as most high.
Right, but then like you got these fucking moms, their whole kitchen is cow shit. They love cows or cats or owls, you know? And it's like, what is your veneration going to? What is your energy going to? At the highest point in my house, I've got my Lego figures. You know, what is my veneration going to? It's the highest thing in my household is some little figurines, little idols of little characters that somebody made and it's not even like the actual thing. It's an image of the thing. Like it's a creation of a creation that somebody else thought of. And to me, it's just so, it gets so twisty that I'm like, yeah, that is like energy sucking. Like you become obsessed with these things like Pokemon and Zelda, and my time and energy and money and veneration goes into it. My thoughts, my emotions. And so like at what point is it like, yeah, it is just an innocent hobby, or is it like something that is actually taking you away from God because it takes those other things that you could be putting into making your life better, doing more for other people, fucking growing closer to God.
I mean, if it's something that you're putting worship into, then that's a graven image. If you're building little figurines that you are holding as the Most High, or praying for peace or happiness,
I
or
don't think it needs to be that direct.
fruitfulness upon, then like inadvertently that's what it will be, though. It will be that. So if that's something that is, then that's a graven image.
Right. So you're
But
like, oh,
to
I really love these video games. This is my favorite video game. I'm going to try to make my living off of this video game. And then my whole room is surrounded with memorabilia and merch from that video game. Or like, I don't know. I've read
I don't know if that falls into it.
I've read 5 Harry Potter books this thick, but I've never read this book. You know? Like, at what point is art, I don't know. I think art's fucked, man. I don't know how to articulate it or quantify it. I think it's a solid take. I know you're trying to defend it as like you're not on board with my thought. That.
I just don't, because I mean, I could understand if we had like a little figurine that you're like, oh, this is this guy, and you know, during this day or whatever, I wash his little feet and something happens over here, and
yeah, no,
that's my little
fucked.
idol. That's my fucked. Idol.
Yeah,
that's what it's like you can't hold like Baal worship. They have the statues of Baal. So you can't have those images because it brings that upon like that worship, that like progression. Like if you just have a little G.I. Joe, that is not you worshiping G.I. Joe.
Okay.
That's like you have a G.I. Joe. And
so the follow-up
like
to this,
playing with G.I. Joe.
The follow-up to this is that thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. So,
yeah,
I guess as long as you're able to instill faith and love of the Lord in your children, then you're good. But if you're like, you know, Pokemon from fucking day one, and you neglect to ever teach your kids about God because you're just too busy broing it out on anime and bullshit with your kids playing video games.
Yeah.
Even though you're not washing the feet, you're not kissing or praying to fucking Fortnite, you've given away your children to the devil because you forgot to teach them about God. You're too busy playing with the fucking nonsense. You let it get in the way. So just don't worship it, I guess.
Yep. It's all
and
about
not as direct. It's not as direct worship. It's that forgetting God.
Yeah. Well, at that point, that's what it becomes. If you don't have God as your most high, then pretty much anything can become something that is going to like kind of absorb you away from him, right? If it's something that you've dove into and you don't have God, I mean,
right. So then
it's taking you away from him.
Why are we making art if it has the potential to corrupt people? Why is it not bad that we make art if it could do that to somebody?
Well, it's like, then why do we have bows if it can kill somebody? You can't
that's totally
do
different.
That. No, it's not, because it's like if we take away things because of their potential to corrupt, then we're missing the whole message. We're missing the entire reason behind the things. Like, we have been given the ability to create because we are mirrored after God. So we create. But it's when your creation isn't being created with God in mind, or if you don't have God in mind through your process of creation, is when things can be corrupted. So it's like, it's the same thing with art as it would be with like either hunting or something, or you could use it with the Second Amendment thing like today.
Yeah, like guns.
It's the same thing where you can't blame the thing for what the person is doing.
Yeah.
You can't equate those.
You
can't
can
mess
sometimes.
that up.
You can blame like Coco Melon because they're directly trying to brainwash your kids. And all the Coco Melon merch, because that's what they do, is brainwash kids. But you can't go blame all of TV for being like that. Like, there's good TV. I just found out Blue's Clues spent 30 fucking days making an episode because they had so many child teachers and psychologists and educators involved in the making of each episode of Blue's Clues to make sure that it was actually good for the children watching it, that it actually took wicked long to produce. Maybe not 30 days, 3 years, something like that. It was a 3. Of course it's a 3. It's always a 3. And then, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. So, I'm glad you corrected that. You used to say, oh my God, a lot. People say Jesus Christ a lot. Just don't use God as a swear word, pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't curse God. Don't curse other people with God's name. Like, God damn you, God damn it. Don't do that.
Nope.
Just don't take, and people say, oh, the Bible says don't swear. No, it doesn't. The Bible says don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah.
And so that
it says don't swear on his name is what it's saying.
Yeah. You could say, it definitely gives you room to say a lot. Like, you could praise God. You could say, oh my God is the greatest. Oh my God, this is awesome. Thank you for the blessing. Like, if you're talking directly to him, but don't just be like, oh my God, shocked. Like, no, stop.
Yeah, I know. I hate. Yeah, that actually is very annoying. It really is. After you kind of become hyper aware of certain things, especially things like that, it's like everybody's saying it.
So I stopped
saying.
Isn't
that pretty shitty?
Yeah, I stopped saying I swear. Oh, I swear this happened. I swear this is correct. Because what is the whole of that sentence? What are you swearing to? I swear to God. I swear on my mom's soul. I swear on Grammy. No, like, quit. That's like a spiritual thing. That's a whole.
You don't
promise.
have the authority to.
Yeah. So I stopped saying I swear, but swear words, fuck, shit, cock, go for it.
Yeah, literally.
Just keep God out of it. Keep spirituality out of it. I say holy a lot. I want to cut that out. Holy fuck. Because that's the Holy Spirit, man. Why am I making everything holy? Holy shit. No, not about it. That's the one I need to work on. And this is one I'm trying to work on now that I have Saturdays off. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. He doesn't say, like, I guess he does say the Sabbath day, but Sabbath day is just rest day. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be Saturday or Sunday. It could be a fucking Wednesday, I guess, if that's your schedule. But God wants you to take a rest day. And I'm 33 years old, and I've never committed one day to being my rest day and absolutely not doing any work. Like, later on, it's clarified you shouldn't exchange any money either, I think.
Yeah.
It's expanded upon, but, like, really we should be resting one day a week. If God did it, he sanctified the day, he made it hollow, we should be doing it. There's something to it. We don't deserve to be running ourselves ragged every fucking day of the week.
You gotta take that rest.
And then when you do, don't beat yourself up about it. God says you get a rest day. Normally, I would get a
Literally.
day off, and I'm like, I need to. There's shit I gotta do. I need to be up working. I gotta fix this. I gotta fix that. I gotta go buy this thing. Nope. You can chill the fuck out and not beat yourself up about it. He does explain that a lot. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. That it says that thy days, and that makes me think that their days, but it's like you honor your father and your mother, and your own days will be long. Either way, you want to be honoring your parents. Give your parents some grace. I think this is one everybody needs to do more of, because we grow up and we see what it's like to be an adult, and maybe even if you have kids, you see what it's like to raise kids, and you start being like, man, my fucking parents were fuckers. They could have been doing a lot better. They should have done XYZ. Give everybody some grace, man. Like, your parents were doing the best they could with what they got. And then also, in their old age, they need to be taken care of. Even if they were fuckers or not, if they were bad parents or not, like, your parents need to be taken care of. And you as their children, it's up to you to do it. And so, honor your father and your mother. Take care of them. Don't start to hate them as you get older, because that tends to happen. Keep them in your heart, in your days, and make sure you're seeing them. And in your generations, like when you have kids, make sure your kids are seeing your parents. And then when they get old, make sure you're fucking ushering them off to God in a peaceful, comfy way. Because that's what they deserve, because they did it for you when you were little, and it's just the natural order of things. And people
It's like, also, children idolize their parents almost as though they are God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're a child, your parents are kind of like superior beings to you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a microcosm of the entire, like, God relationship with his people.
True.
To where if you honor your mother and father, even through all the things that happen, because when you're young, seeing them as human, you kind of resent them for it, right?
Yeah.
You get upset at their shortcomings, but truly they've given you everything. And you being upset and holding those regrets and resentments, it doesn't serve any reality of truth, really. It's holding more so yourself back. And it's a microcosm of God. So if you hold your mother and father in good standing as a child, you learn this commandment and you kind of learn what it's actually truly about, then that can actually help you throughout your journey, like searching for God too, and like your relationship with God. Because you can understand that things happen around you because of a certain order, and not lose sight of the fact that, God's at the end of that.
Yeah.
God's right there. So don't let that kind of take you off.
And when you start to dishonor your parents and you lose that connection, you start to dishonor your tradition, your religion, your way of life, your faith, and you start to adopt these new things that can be put upon you by who knows who.
Yeah.
Generally,
there's a lot to that.
Malicious.
There really is.
Thou shalt not kill. Plain and simple. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Adultery will be broken down very clearly in Leviticus. I was like, I wish it would expand more on that, because my name's David. I'm a sex addict, so I want clear, defined lines as to how far I can take it. But it is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So don't lie about somebody doing something they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're always giving true testimony.
Live in the truth is what it's saying, pretty much. Like, don't build up a lie and birth that into the world.
Thou shalt not covet. I mean, we could just say right there. Don't covet anything. That's that grass is greener on the other side. I wish I had what they had. Look at what they got. Why can't I get that? Don't do that.
Envy.
God is giving everybody exactly what they need to get by every day. And some people, maybe they need a little bit more. Maybe they're here to show us something. Maybe they have a different path to live. Maybe some people have a bit less, and maybe they're being punished, or maybe they have to walk a harder path to learn something. It's not up to us to judge anybody's way of life. It's not up to us to covet or envy anybody's way of life. You really got to just be happy with what you have, because you're being blessed every single day with life upon this earth and all the things God's bestowed upon you. Regardless of your circumstances, there's always some kind of blessing, I believe. And if you can find that, then and recognize it, you start to see more and more. But when you get into this covetous thought process, then you forget about your own blessings. You start to hate God for not having those things. And it's really beyond our understanding as to why not me, why them. Like,
yeah.
And maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe if you had it, it would lead you even further down. So
and that just kind of it's a slippery slope, and it's a spiral. It takes you down and away from having a firm connection and firm relationship with God into the substances of things. It brings you into the substance of yourself, like what's wrong with you, to where you're inadequate when
right.
God sees you as perfect, right?
Mm-hmm. And
all of these other things. It leads you further away from him and into the arms of this thing is the answer. This is the answer. And it's like, really, it isn't. It's walk with God. Read the book more. Walk with God. The answers are right there. Right. And you searching for answers and something else. I don't know. Maybe even like working out is a great thing, right? Working out is a great thing, but if that's where you're trying to find everything about yourself, or you're holding that's like graven image level shit.
Yeah.
That's like idol shit.
Yeah, you're making yourself a graven image.
And in doing that, it's taking away the glory of your triumph. You're putting that into something else instead of attributing it to the source, which is God.
Yeah. You could be a world-class bodybuilder and be like, this is the peak of God's creation. I didn't do any of this. God allowed me to build all this muscle. And that's totally great. As soon as you're like, I built all this muscle, I did this, look how great I look. That
leads people away from God.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to, so then someone covets you, someone covets that which you have attained, and because you have attributed it to yourself, now they're looking to you as their new idol.
Right.
And then they follow. It's a full blown like seed of corruption that goes through, and it just takes people away from God. It does.
Yeah. My least favorite thing to hear is people saying, God didn't give me anything. I did all of this. It's like, dude, you're so lost. I'm so sorry.
Lost.
But then just on the end here, he's talking about don't make silver or gold in idols. Don't make little gods. Don't make little statues. Yeah. I don't want you making little idols of me. If you need to do something, make an altar. Make an altar of stone. Don't even raise it up off the ground. Make no steps. Because he said, I believe, because everybody's wearing like skirts and like robes and stuff. They got no underwear on underneath. So if you go up a step, then people can see up your robe and see your nakedness. That's what it says. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thou nakedness shall not be discovered thereon. So, like, don't make it raised, because we don't want anybody catching a glimpse. But this makes me want to go out into my backyard and dig a little patch of dirt, and keep it dirt, and put a little stone there so that I could pray on that stone and have a little stone altar. Because I've always been like, how do you, like, if I think all of this art is evil and terrible, these little idols that I have all around my house, if I think that's so bad, then what do I put around my house to honor God? Because I don't believe in crosses. I don't think I should have pictures of Jesus like the Catholics do all over the place. And maybe just like a little stone on some dirt in my backyard that I go pray at. That sounds great.
See, I don't know with the whole altar thing much. I don't, because with the
I don't think it's
the
called for
splitting
anymore.
from Old Testament to New Testament,
Yeah.
and like what it takes to,
Because like we are the
meet
temple.
God. Yeah, yeah.
I just think
So
it would be
it
very
feels
nice.
weird now.
I don't think it'd be weird as long as it was simple. As long as it wasn't weird. Like, I don't need to put symbols on it. I don't need to carve anything into it. Just a stone in the dirt. Humble myself. Get down on the dirt every day and lean over the stone and pray to God. Not that,
See, I don't
not that
feel
it's
like I would
required.
even need that. Yeah, exactly.
Not that it's
Like,
required. I talk to God in my head all day, every day. It just
Yeah.
it would just be some good grounding. You know, I'd be right in the dirt. It'd be good grounding. It would center me. It would quiet me if I'm just outside of my house, away from my things. And I could just like look up to the sky, the clear open sky. I could imagine it in my backyard. It'd be great. It'd be great.
It feels like back with when all of this was taking
I'm like
place,
tearing up thinking about it.
there were so many there were so many pagan gods and systems, and I feel like that was a way for God to kind of meet with people of the time. It's like you guys needed some type of idol to worship people at. So this is the one that I'm giving you because you guys need something to worship at. Where now I don't like after Jesus, after the whole thing, it totally switched everything to where it's like you don't need that anymore.
I think they
At
needed
all.
it. I think it was put in there because they were a bunch of weird fuckers. They previously did believe and worship a bunch of other crazy shit, and all of that called for these statues, these altars,
Yeah.
these temples.
Yeah.
They wanted all of that praise and nastiness. So God's like, all right, if we're going to praise me, we're going to just make it as least weird as we possibly can. You know, like
Yeah.
you can slip in some of these, and like that's kind of the story with the Catholic Church, right? They're like, all right, we're gonna do Christianity, but we'll keep some of your weird pagan traditions to try to ease you guys into it. And then here we are celebrating Christmas and Easter, but like here they were bringing altars in because they couldn't have statues.
Yeah.
It immediately made me think of like churches, but then it's like, don't raise a tool to it, no hewn stone. So it's got to be just like a raw stone. You can't even hammer it, break it, chisel it. It's just got to be a raw stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or stones.
Which makes complete sense
like you
because
can
it's
pile
just kind of
stones.
like this is exactly what God created. You
Right.
didn't create any of this. Like the dirt mound that you made, all you did was push dirt into a hill.
Yeah.
And then the rock, you didn't carve that. You didn't make any image process
Nope.
of that. That is a rock forged on the planet,
Yep.
untouched, unmanipulated, other than its position, where it's placed. And to me, that's a beautiful idea. If you're going to be doing but I feel like also there's a reason that had to be done away with as far as New Testament goes. It serves its purpose in the beginning to root people of the time that are around all of these idols and these different pantheons and all this idol worship that was going on back in the day, like pronounced, and it was very a religious intentional thing, like spiritual intentional. Like you go into the city square and they would have like Baal in like a little sacrifice pit.
Yeah.
And then they'd have Baal's temple sitting right over there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so during the time, it's like, okay, we're gonna give you here. If you need something to worship at, take this. This will help you at least like distinguish yourselves as different, first of all, and also keep you in league or in touch or in communication with me. And then after a while, it's like they keep going back to the other shit, and it's because they're so similar. It's because they're so similar. So it serves a purpose in the beginning, but then it starts to be corrupted, and then God comes in with Jesus, and he's like, we're getting away with that. You don't need that anymore.
Right.
Like it served its purpose. It created like a seed of a thing that has existed and prevailed, and like not even just yourselves, which you guys fall away all the time, but like the world around you knows of your existence and who you are. So it's like validation through other as well. So it's like your existence, this thing, it is established. Now we're gonna bring it to the next level. You don't need any of that shit. You need Jesus. That's what you need.
Jesus.
You need Jesus, and that's it. And it's perfect the way it was. Like exactly how it happened is perfect.
Yep. All right, God's gonna get into some nitty gritty here. This is straight God for several pages, laying down the law. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th year he shall go out free for nothing. If he came by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my child, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him into the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the door's post, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the manservants do. If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to him, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange nation, he shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. Meaning, like, though she's a slave, if he intends to marry her off to his son, he needs to treat her like a regular woman. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then shall she go out free without money. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death. And if a man die not in weight, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar, that he may die. And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. And he that stealeth a man, and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So, understand that part right there. You can't just steal a person and make them your slave. That is worthy of being put to death. So all of this talk in the beginning about how to deal with your slave, these were not captured people. These were people that were broke and destitute and needed to work for somebody, so they became slaves. There might even be captured people too, but like this is like a making of the law for slaves, because during this time you have crazy ass nations, crazy
pagan, dude, the Egyptians even, you've got all of these crazy tribes around you and little nations that, yeah, they have slavery too, except with their slaves, they literally get to do anything they want. They make the rules on it.
Right.
So if you do something that say the slave said something and it embarrassed the master in some really kind of like not very relevant type of fashion. So it's just something that
You're dead.
the master, you're dead, or he could just harm you, like outright harm you. The laws that are put in place here are like for the time, because slaves are a thing. It's like a way to make sure that people are given dignity and given like they have a path out. You're not a slave forever. Like
You're a
through
slave
this,
for 7
through
years.
this, you're a slave for as long as is permitted, and then you're done if you want to be, and then you could choose if you want to stay. And
Right.
like there's a whole thing around it to where this is actually progress for the time.
Yeah, people
And
were
I think
probably
that gets
choosing to
lost
stay
on
alive,
people.
right? This is
People
progress.
nowadays,
This
they
is like
use this-
slavery rights. But also,
Yes.
they're talking about Hebrew slaves. They're not going
Yes.
out and enslaving other people. Well, they probably were, but specifically these rules are for the Hebrews having Hebrew slaves. So, like, maybe you treat your captured slaves of other peoples a little bit more harshly, but still,
Maybe.
to Tommy's point, this is actually a step up from what was going on in the time period. But also, it's not like entirely captured people. You can't steal a man and sell him. You can't just steal people for slavery.
Yep.
And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Can't even curse your mom and dad. And if men strive together, and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but keepeth his bed, if he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit meaning struck. Oh no, quit meaning free. Only he shall pay for the loss of time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed.
So
it's
you got to
saying,
take care of them.
so it's saying if you hit somebody or knock somebody out, if you knock somebody unconscious and they're unconscious forever, they're considering you killed that person. You're going to be held liable for killing that person. They're going to treat you like you did. But if they get back up and they're fine, you're fine. We're not going to treat you like you killed somebody. But you got to pay for the lost time, and you got to make sure that they're healed up all the way. So you're probably going to have to feed them, medicate them, make sure they're good. Say they got a concussion, brain injury, and they come back from that unconsciousness a little slower, a little more incapable. Now you're probably liable to help make sure they get all their work done. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. If he continue for a day or two. So you can strike your servant as long as they're not going to die from it. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, no injury follow, he shall be surely punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. So they're literally saying the dad of the child that was killed, if you hit a pregnant woman and the baby dies, that father gets to
do whatever.
Yeah, he gets to lay upon you. He gets to beat the fuck out of you. And then on top of that, you got to pay whatever the judges determine. If any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. Now, this is something that is taken out of context very often, and is saying that the Bible tells us that we ought to take an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, whatever. So this is following that previous statement. If a man hurt a woman with a child, then so-and-so. Now it's saying if any mischief follows that. So the dad got to beat the fuck out of the guy. The judges made him pay it back. Now if anything happens after that, if the dad decides to kill the guy, dad needs to pay with his life because he killed somebody. If that guy wants revenge because the dad beat him up and goes and kills him, then that guy needs to die because he took a life. Eye for an eye. Like, they're saying that the baby's life was paid for. So anything that happens after that, thievery, arson, murder, it's going to be paid equivocally. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That doesn't mean that that's the law for everything. It doesn't mean eye for an eye, foot for a foot for fucking everything. So don't take shit out of the Bible out of context.
Exactly. Context is
like
everything.
It's just for that rule.
In this instance, it's like the fact that the child was killed, it gave the father the ability to have like recompense by taking it out on the person who killed the child.
Right.
Okay. So he can take it out on them. And then through that, it binds them. They're now bound. Yeah. They're now not only bound, but they are mirrored.
They're settled.
So whatever you do unto each other, the other is due. So it's whatever through this act of inflicting a grievance on a person, and then that person taking the revenge and kind of making it right in his eyes through beating the shit out of the person. You guys are now good. You're good. Yeah. But now you're bound through this law to where if this guy comes at you and does anything, then you get to do that thing back, whatever it is. If any mischief were to follow. So say the dad afterwards is like, oh, well, I don't feel like I got enough out on him for killing my son. I'm going to go and kill his son now. Then if that's found out, then the guy who actually killed your son gets to take out your other child now. And so it's like a way of assuring that past this initial harm and sin, in inequity and terrible thing that has happened, beyond that, it doesn't just get to go on for fucking generations. It's like whatever other grievance afterwards, you can still hold that grudge, but like if you do any mischief about it, they have full like legal ability to do the same back to you. So it kind of ensures that this like generational, because you see this a lot in like a lot of, and I hate saying, not hate saying it, it's the truth. In a lot of these godless like folk, people of the world, right? They have a very eye for an eye or like revenge or like this like crazy sense of justice.
Because everybody just wants their will done. Everybody wants their own justice.
Yes. This ensures against that.
Right.
This ensures against it.
I was going to shit on you for saying the same thing I just said, but then I liked your metaphor more than mine. If a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. And if he smite out his manservant's tooth or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. If an ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall be surely stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit, meaning he's not going to be guilty as long as the ox is killed. Which, like, they're kind of saying that a person's life is equivalent to an ox's life. That's kind of shitty.
It's a equivalency thing, yeah. It's a definitely, if whatever is causing the harm, be rid of it, but then no more.
Yeah. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn, if the ox were accustomed to push with his horn in time past, and it hath been testified to his owner, and he hath not kept him in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner shall also be put to death. If that be laid on him a sum of if there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatsoever is laid upon him, whether it have gored a son or have gored a daughter. According to this judgment shall it be done unto it. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. And if a man shall open a pit, or a man shall dig a pit, and not cover it, and the ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good, and give money unto the owner of them, and the deed barest shall be his. Oh, and the dead beast, wow, I can't read. And the dead beast shall be his. And if one man's ox hurt another man's that he die, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also they shall divide. Or if it
These are awesome rules, dude.
Right?
Most of them, like, obviously there are some that are out of date for modernity.
Well, no, it makes sense with all things.
A lot of these are actual, like, rules that are perfect.
Right?
They really are.
This is how car insurance should work. Like, oh, we got in an accident and my car's totaled and your car's fine. Now you got to sell your car and I'll sell my car and we'll split the difference. Cut it there.
Boom, boom. Good to go.
Now nobody's got a car.
Yeah.
Or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in times past, and his owner hath not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. Yeah, no, it is very fair. And it could be
super fair.
It could be extrapolated to not just be ox talk, ox law.
Exactly.
You know, this could be a lot of things. We are getting a little long in the sode.
Yeah.
This is a lot of law. I don't want to stop in the middle of the law, so let's just try to hammer this bit out. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it and sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. So 4 times what you stole or killed.
It's because of the weight of the meat and of the value of the thing.
Yep. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. What does it mean, be breaking up?
Doing his thing.
Found breaking in.
If a thief is found doing his thing and he got beat up and he dies.
Okay. Then it doesn't matter. If the son
Nobody will be shedding blood for him.
Yeah, nobody's going to cry about it. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. So if you catch him breaking in and you don't kill him, then you can't kill him because he needs to pay off his debt.
Yep.
If the thief be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. That's pretty clear. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution. If fine break out and catch in thorns, if fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn, or the standing corn, or the field be consumed therewithin, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. If the thief not be found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand into the neighbor's goods. So he's going to check and see if he stole it. For all manners of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his. The cause for both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he he shall pay double unto his neighbor. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall the oath of the Lord be between them both, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good. I don't get it. And the oath of the Lord between them both, and that he hath not put his hand into his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall. Oh, so if we can't prove that the guy you let cover your shit, it's basically like if you let somebody cover your shit and it gets stolen or it's missing, we got to either find the thief and he pays double, or we're taking the guy that was covering your shit to the judges. And if we can't figure out if he stole it, first figure out if he stole it, then he's got to pay double. If we figure out he didn't steal it, he doesn't need to pay it back because somebody stole from him, but it was your stuff. It doesn't make sense for him to pay it back. And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution under the owner thereof. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn. And if man borrow aught of his neighbor, if he borrow anything of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall endow her to be his wife. So if you have sex with a young lady and she's not married, you need to wife her up. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Exodus 23:18. Thou shalt not, and suffer is changed to allow. So thou shalt not allow a witch to live. It's not even that we don't have to tolerate it. We don't have to allow it. We don't even have to allow it. Just kill the witches. Kill the witch. We here on Shepherd's Pie do not condone or actually support the killing of witches. This is a joke. But yeah, don't suffer a witch to live. I would say convert the witches. Bring the witches to Jesus.
But if the witch is literally like trying to take everybody out, I mean, there's recourse.
Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death, so no bestiality. He that sacrificeth unto any god save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger, which means trouble, a foreigner, nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. So I love this because people bitch about the immigration, the illegals. Like, I don't have a problem with immigrants and foreigners, but criminals, that's a different thing. And I don't care about like, oh, you broke into our country illegally. I really don't give a shit. But I don't know. I'm having a change of heart with people. I'm trying to look at people as like with more grace, and that everybody's going through a struggle. And now lately, people that I usually would be like, I'm not so much anymore.
Well, in this sense, it's kind of like you can't vex a stranger nor oppress them, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. So it's like people who are living here that are like say Indian or maybe Muslims, other people, right?
Yeah.
You can't oppress them or vex them because you were once a stranger in the land of Egypt. Like, you can't, you're not supposed to treat them differently, you know? You're not supposed to do that.
Now, does that mean I can't still hold the belief that we should allow less people in? Yeah. I feel like that's a totally separate thing.
Yeah.
Where were we? I lost my spot.
21 to 22, so it's 22.
Ye shalt not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any way, and thy cry out unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. So you aren't a creditor, and don't charge them interest. Like if you're loaning my people money, no interest. Like they can pay it back when they can pay it back. We're not charging double on this shit. If thou at all take any of thy neighbor's raiment, clothes, or a cloak to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down, for that he is covering only. It is his raiment for his skin, wherein shall he sleep. And it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me that I will hear, for I am gracious. Thou shalt not. What?
Vile.
No, I'm going back because I didn't mean to go right onto that. I thought it was going to be more of this. If you take your neighbor's raiment, their cloak, to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. So if you take his cloak and you say you're going to bring it back by night, and it's his covering, it's his cover for his skin, and what else is he going to sleep? Like, why are you, like, so now I'm taking it that it's like a bedding. Like, why are you borrowing somebody's bedding? And you're like, I'll give it back before tonight.
No, it's like, it feels like there's like a certain raiment to pledge. So it's like, there's a certain clothing that they wear for a certain thing. And if you take your neighbor's, like, if thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin, wherein shall he sleep. And it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me that I will hear, for I am gracious. So if you're taking, dude, if it's like his only freaking clothing, you can't take his only clothing, right?
Is
that what it is?
No, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I might just cut this out. I'm just gonna skip it. Don't let things in the Bible that confuse you get you hung up on the Bible. You can skip steps up tabs. Yeah, that one's weird. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Thou shalt not. Nor curse the ruler of thy people. Thou shalt, the Elohim, the judges, thou shalt not revile the lowercase g gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. So you are not allowed to hate the lowercase g gods, the judges. Elohim, the judges. So maybe no, because he would call his angels angels, you know. This is the evil gods.
What does revile mean exactly?
Google it. It's to hate. It's to feel negatively about. And you cannot curse the ruler of thy people. So like, even if Trump is doing what we all know he's doing, he's doing some antichrist shit, right? Oh yeah, that's my thing, by the way. Instead of they're throwing around anti-Semitic, I'm just throwing around antichrist. Everybody's antichrist now. You know, start doing some antichrist shit. Not to call everybody individually an antichrist, just that's antichrist shit. We can't hate him, even though we want to hate him. Instead, we gotta like pray for him. You
don't want to curse him. It's don't curse him. And what is cursing? It's cursing. It's actually cursing. It's like placing a curse upon someone.
Yeah.
It is, do not wish ill upon them.
Yeah. God damn him to hell.
No, you can't do that.
I hope he suffers. No, don't do that. I hope he gets what's coming to him. Probably not a good idea. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits, and thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons, thou shalt give unto me. Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dame, his mother. On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me. And ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. So is that like you can only eat your farm animals? You can't go hunt animals?
It would appear so.
Or is it just like animals that you find dead in the wild? I would think the latter. Like like you come across a dead deer, don't eat it. You can give that meat to your dogs, that's fine, but don't eat that. I don't think that means you can't go hunt a deer. That'd be fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not expressed fully for me to understand.
All right, 23, and this is it. Thou shalt not raise a false report, put not thine hand to the wicked, to be unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So, just because the pack is doing what the pack do, don't do what the pack do if it's evil. Don't just follow the pack if it's evil. Don't give false testimony, basically, is what most of this is saying. And don't speak in order to follow after many twist judgment. So if you have moral quarrel, if you know morally what you're about to say or do is wrong, but the pack wants you to do it, saying don't do it just because you want to fit in and follow the pack. Neither shalt thou countenance, be partial to, a poor man in his dispute. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee, that
hateth.
Oh, hateth. Hateth thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with him. Thou shalt not wrest the judgment of thy poor in his cause. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. And thou shalt take no gift for
what? That's actually huge.
Go ahead.
That's actually huge. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. This to me speaks of like these crazy wars.
Yeah.
This is literally what that's saying. If you know that something is unjustified, it's a false matter. It's under false pretexts.
Right.
Don't go fight in that, because the innocent and righteous that are killed, you're going to be judged on that, and God does not give justification to the wicked, and you will be classified as wicked doing that. So don't go fight in the armies of Sauron. Don't go do that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how much you try to say, "Oh, it was just a part of war. I was just doing what I was told." It's like, no, you did a wicked thing,
Yeah.
and you did it. You were working for a force of evil. Like, you're lumped in, buddy.
Yep. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous. You should take no bribe.
Yeah.
Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. And 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, and that the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thine vineyard and thy olive yard. So they're saying, well, that's clear enough. The 7th year, don't harvest your stuff. Let the poor and the animals eat it. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, and that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy handmaid and the stranger may he be refreshed. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumcised, and make no mention.
Circumspect.
Oh, circumspect.
What is circumspect, though? Is that like
Be careful.
Be considerate of?
Careful. Yeah, considerate of is, I think, is better, because he's saying everything I've just said. Be wise to uphold, and make no mention of the names of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year. Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days, as I commanded thee, in the time appointed of the month Abib. For in it thou camest out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. And the feast of harvest, the first fruit of thy labor, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast in gathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field.
Dude, this makes me want to be a fucking farmer so bad.
Well, these are the 3 holidays. These are the 3 holidays you get. All these other holidays are bullshit. You get a harvest, you get what was the fucking second one?
You get the first one.
Oh, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Yeah.
Yep, Passover. You get Passover, then you get your first harvest, and you get your final harvest. So the first harvest, like the first fruits of what you will have planted, we are going to have a feast, and it's going to be a grand old time. No. And we're giving that to God. And then at the end of all that, at the end of the year, when freaking you take everything in and you've counted all your beans and everything, we're going to have another one. And that's to celebrate a fruitful harvest. And boom, baby, we're good. Then we're good till Passover. I love it. And you know, it's like, when you're young too, you hear about farmers being like God's people, or like that's God's country, or like you hear that, and
it's so true.
It's kind of trivial, but it's so true. It is so unbelievably true, because it is exactly what we have been tasked to do. Like, exactly.
My new personal goal through the lifespan of this channel, hopefully we're going for years and years to come, I want to popularize new holidays. We are going to have the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we are going to have the Feast of Harvest, and the Feast of Ingathering. And those are going to be the only 3 fucking holidays. We're not going to do any weird pagan shit except for have feasts and worship God.
Yeah, literally.
We'll develop it over time.
I'm all about it. I truly am.
We'll
I just gotta
get
get everybody else in the family on it.
Yeah. Well, remember, you're the new head of the household, man. Your dad's getting old. You fucking say what is. If you throw it down with enough, like, authority, that's how it is. You're the head of the family.
Kind of.
You just gotta make yourself be. 3 times of the year all thy males shall appear before the Lord God. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not boil a man. Thou shalt not boil a kid in his mother's milk. Kid meaning a goat.
Yep.
Don't boil
in his mother's
yeah,
milk.
Don't boil it
because that is a thing.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place where I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Yeah, see, this angel of the Lord, like God's.
I think this is like an actual angel. Like this is where I think the Catholics get the idea of like the guardian angel thing. Like everyone's got a guardian angel, everyone's got like an angel assigned to them, and it's kind of held up in this because he sends an angel before you to keep thee in the way.
It's totally different than a guardian angel. Like guardian angel is like everybody having their own individual angel. This is one that is going to lead them to the promised land. And
yeah, this is all just into going to the promised land.
Yeah, and in this one angel, God is referring to him as him, uppercase him, and saying within him will be my word, or my name, sorry. My name is in him.
See, mine doesn't have it uppercased.
Oh, that's fucked. Stop using whatever site you're using. If they're not uppercasing God, that's not good. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee unto the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but thou shalt utterly overthrow them, and completely break down their images. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days I will fulfill. The number of their days is 120, by the way. I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites and the Canaanites and the Hittites from before thee. And I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land. And I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river, for I will deliver the inhabitants of the land unto your hand. And thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee. So that's a big thing, is that, like, not to say every foreigner is necessarily an Amorite or a Canaanite or a Hittite, you know? Like, I think these people that God is sending them to go against are specifically, like, Satan worshipers, for lack of a better term. Like, they are evil lovers. So when I'm like, oh, well, you know, you can't vex the foreigner, but also it's like, don't let them live among you. So, like, I don't want a bunch of juicy people or a bunch of Muslims or Hindus living around us, because then that brings us away from God. And it has. You see it in society, where now we have this mixing pot of a culture, and everybody's just like, well, religion's actually silly because look at all the different religions. Or you just accept it all into one thing, and that's not good either because it's not all one thing. And so then you end up away from God. You're worshiping something else. Killer. We got the 10 Commandments. We got some law.
Yeah,
we got some stuff to chew on and shit, think on. It's going to keep coming back. We didn't get to the good part yet where Moses comes down with the law and sees what's going on. I always joked that
exactly.
The movie that I reference all the time while we're reading Exodus, The Prince of Egypt, at the very end, it makes it like it gets to like the waves crash and it kills all the Egyptians, and then it shows them traveling for a little bit, shows Moses going up the mountain and coming down, and like at the very end he raises the tablets, and I'm like, they didn't show him bitching in the desert for 40 years. They didn't show him coming down.
Left a lot out.
Yeah, it's like it shows him like holding up the tablets to all the Israelites. It doesn't show that they were actively worshiping a golden calf at that time. They didn't care that he was coming down with the tablets. Like at the end of the movie, they're praising him walking down with God's law. They weren't paying attention. They were too busy worshiping a bull. And I'm like, that movie.
They build a freaking golden calf.
Yeah, it was like Prince of Egypt Part 2 picks up from right here. And is like, like record scratch.
Yeah, literally.
Gotta deal with this now. All right, guys. Crack your Bibles once in a while. The shit in there is pretty good. We're bringing it to you, trying to, every Saturday now. So, like, follow, subscribe. Join us for more. We love you. Stay tuned.
Love you.
We got a whole Bible to get through. Main episodes are on Wednesdays, so we'll check you there as well. We'll see you next time.
Come hang.